Hi.
I love you so much.
Love you.
Oh, my
Love you too,
Oh,
Jody.
thank you.
Love you too.
Oh, my legs are going like this. They're so excited. It's just so beautiful to see you all. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to have this moment where I look at you. Oh, what beautiful ascending beings you are. Oh, so beautiful. Oh. I'm trying to move from this forward, but it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. How are you feeling? Happy?
Yes.
Full
Very, very happy.
happy.
That's a very loaded question, isn't it? How are you feeling? Oh, well, this topic is so awesome. Ascension and the void of undoing. Wow. So necessary for us to understand this and what this really means and how we all experience it. And you know what? The void is a really beautiful place to be. It's absolute perfection, and I'll tell you why. Well, it means that you've shifted out of a lot of ego, a real lot of old fallen personality. And there's that you've been undoing so many, of your programs and things that you're seeing about yourself that are your fallen personality. And so you get into this place where basically the ego doesn't get it. The ego, the fallen identity does not understand what is going on. So in those moments, it can feel very strange because we've been so used to sitting in that place with those programs and sitting in that consciousness of forgetting and just using all those, staying on those programs, survival, lust and hate, win and lose, and all those things and separation and limitation. And when we start remembering ourselves and we start ascending, we're undoing that basically. That's the undoing. Like you guys have been doing a lot of undoing. I love that. So it's so beautiful, and you all look at you. Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. And it's just really, really precious to experience the void. And the void can feel like, who am I? I don't even know this being. You can feel grief. You can feel like a sad feeling. You can feel, you're all nodding. I love that. You can feel really lost. And you can feel like the grief part can be about just missing the fallen self, because we really have loved this journey of being fallen. It's really beautiful. It's not a bad thing, even though we've experienced a lot of bad things. But it's all so perfect on our journey, and that is our ascension, is to really know that, isn't it? It's like really, really embrace the fall. If we can't do that and we stay feeling angry at ourselves or self-hating or just struggling to keep in some consciousness that makes us feel more secure, and that's just all understandable because we've been so much enjoying survival and separation. So of course we're going to go through those things, so it's completely understandable. And I think it's really necessary to talk about the void in our ascension, but it's really necessary to understand the void is not emptiness. It's fullness. The void is the fullness of the love that you are. Your beautiful, 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 gorgeous soul is love. And we've been like in our fallen consciousness still experiencing love, but it's had a lid on it. It's been really limited, and it's like, and even in that, you're not supposed to go any more than that, right? When you start feeling more love, oh, this is too much love, I shouldn't be feeling this. When you want to express a lot of love to people, it's like, they can feel like it's not so much now. Love has become so much more accepted, which is fantastic, and I love that. But there's just been this long time there where we've just like what's wrong with that person? They love too much. I've had that said about me. I love too much. And it's like, back that love off, Jode. It's like, I don't want to, because this love is real. This is who I am and this is who you are. But I do understand in the falling consciousness how overwhelming that can really feel. I really do get it, of course. And I've been, and you have been lifting that lid off that. You've been undoing that limitation. You've been recognizing the limitations in yourself. You've been recognizing all those different fallen aspects that we've already been talking about. And so, you're moving out of your fallen consciousness completely. Completely. That's what Ascension is. Ascension isn't a little bit. It can start with a little bit. That's a great place to start. But it's like keeping on going, And it's just so, so important for us to understand the ongoingness. That's a good new word, the ongoingness. I don't know if it's new, but I love it anyway. The ongoingness of our ascension. It's just so, so beautiful. And I know all you beautiful treasures are really feeling that love more and more. And I know that you're actually starting to feel like no brakes on this anymore, right? Agree?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Everyone's nodding off.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
And that's truly, truly, truly beautiful and truly the real you. And that's what our ascension is. So we want to look deeper again into our fallen consciousness, because during this session, in relation to the void, because the void is a place the ego is very, very uncomfortable with. It's that fallen part of ourselves. It doesn't know, it doesn't understand, it feels lost. And it's the part of you that's always kept you from ascending. So in the void, you're actually ascending more. You're feeling oneness. You're feeling love on a whole new level. But that feels foreign to that identity. So because of that discomfort, you can actually fall again if you believe it. So that's what's so important to understand, because I've seen this happen with a lot of people that I've guided, and there's nothing wrong with it. I love them. It doesn't matter. It's beautiful. But I have seen that a lot where the void hits and then it's like, oh no, this ascension isn't working. It's too like, oh no. No, but actually it is working. And the void is so important to understand that aspect. Otherwise, if you don't know what's going on, it can be very confusing and painful even. It's like the pain of losing yourself, can be there. And it's just, the void is you remembering how powerful you really are. It's really, really awakening to how powerful you are. And you're not this much powerful. You're not that much powerful. You're infinitely powerful. There's no lid on you. Only the one that we put on there. Only that one that we chose. Remember that wonderful story, how we laughed, how we were going to have this fallen adventure? That's why we're laughing now, because we can see it. And that's good, like that's what we want to do. We want to laugh at ourselves, even though our fallen identity will say, oh, I shouldn't be laughing. I shouldn't be laughing at myself. But actually, laughter's just so beautiful and healing. But I know the fallen identity also really loves laughing. But this is what I've noticed in myself, and I'm pretty sure you relate to this. We've all had that fallen reality where we were loving all different types of jokes, right? Things that used to make our ego laugh. And that was fun. And that's how we in a way, I was aware in a way that I was feeding that identity. And then as the more I ascended and the more love that I felt, I didn't enjoy those jokes anymore. And that made me feel a bit of a void. Like the things I used to find funny, they're just not. No, they're not. It is a vibration in them, and I don't feel comfortable with them anymore. And that can be a confusing moment too, you know, and that's part of the void. And can you guys relate to that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I can. Yeah.
And that's going to happen more and more and more. And the more you see, like the undoing has a lot to do with seeing the old identity, that also what the fallen identity enjoyed being. You know, as I've said many times, we have to enjoy it to some extent. And really, we've enjoyed all of it. We've enjoyed all the levels of it. That's the truth. And so that aspect of what used to make us laugh doesn't, and that can make you seem joyless. It's like, what's happening to me? I'm not finding things funny anymore. I'm not enjoying even people that you love in your life, like friends or family that are still enjoying that aspect. They don't understand why you're not. And we just want to embrace that. We want to still keep our love flowing for them and really know and understand why they're like that. But that can make it difficult for us to move forward. I've been in that experience where my family, they're beautiful. I love them so much, but they felt like they lost me. The Jody that existed before was so different to the Jody that is continuing to awaken. And look, I'm second eldest of 9 children, so I was very looked up to by my siblings, and they just adored me because I was super, super fun. And you know, they really, it's so beautiful to talk about this. Like they really loved all the fun and the laughter, and we were all really funny kids. You know, we loved a lot of fun and laughter. And so when that part of me started not feeling interested in that, that was difficult for me to embrace and to keep going, because I didn't want to let them down, because I love them. I didn't want them to feel rejected by me. And they couldn't really understand or fathom the amount of love I was feeling for them, because that feels like rejection. And I didn't want them to feel like that. And there's this place in our ascension where we can go backwards to please them, or we can just love them, not reject them, just love them and keep moving forward in our ascension. And in that aspect of it too, it can feel very voidy as well. And grief, a lot of grief, because we love our biological family, but in our ascension we start realizing we're all family. We're one soul. So we shift from that small dynamic of that unit, of that family. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's beautiful, okay? It's beautiful. But we start shifting, like expanding, hey, our consciousness starts going like that, and we start embracing everyone as our family. We feel that. We start feeling, recognizing ourselves in each other, and that is a really natural part of our ascension. But to our fallen consciousness and the rules of society is family comes first. And I agree with that, but not that family. A whole family. Our one soul comes first. And so, of course, our biological family has meant so much to us. You know, in so many ways, they've given us love, support, and perhaps not as well. And there's all the different dynamics that we chose our family for to experience both our ascension and to see our fallen consciousness. And there's all different levels of that. Of course, me having facilitated and guided since 1990 thousands of people, I saw this over and over and over, and it was the most potent thing that affected everybody. And I loved that, because that's beautiful. When you look at them, your family, from that perspective of the one soul, you see them very differently. In fact, you feel more love. Because family can be quite irritating too, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's nodding. That doesn't mean, I'm not saying that because I don't love them. It's because that's part of the dynamics that we chose to experience more of our fallen self. And yet we feel so much love for them, don't we? It really doesn't matter whatever has gone on. That love feels like core love, real core love. But the core love is really the core love of the one soul love. And so we've created these little dynamic, these beautiful little families. In my case, we've got a big family, but we've created that to have the experience of knowing what that feels like. And I used to feel this feeling like, well, my family is really unique and really special. It was. It was really different. And I know I chose that on purpose, you know. I didn't want to be suppressed. Unfortunately, I had an amazing mother that supported me in every way for my ascension, you know. And so, in fact, when I was being a little rebel, young 20s time, she was saying, get out of there. I was like, I'm not done yet. I haven't had enough wisdom. So this is an important aspect for us to understand, is the shift that we have from that family to all family and all love, and the void feeling of that, and the undoing of that, the undoing of the mass program that's there to say the family is you know, that biological family is the most important. But you know, when you really look at the biology of it, where does that really go if you keep looking deeper and deeper and deeper and zooming in and in and in more? Can you really stand by that's the only soul family you're supposed to be related to? Not really. No. Because you're going to see a lot more in there. How far is it going to go back? The beginning, because it's all there. It's all there. It's all within us. And that's part of our ascension, is to understand that and connect with that. And how beautiful is it that it is within us all. I know that people have done these searches and studies and looking at stuff and seeing where does it all begin, you know, and they've come up with these places where it all begins, but it's still limited. It still actually even goes further than that. It goes much further than what can be measured in this time. It goes very, very, like, far is not enough to say, because we're talking about the very beginning, and we're talking about when we were choosing what we were going to be. We're talking about what are the individual facets of ourselves that we're going to enjoy. How are we going to do that? Wow. I mean, wow. If we could really study that on a limited level, it would be fun. But we can really study it and understand it on our ascension level. And eventually that will become the mass consciousness. Like everything that I always say to you guys, what you are doing is affecting the one soul, transforming. And I see that all the time. And so, yeah, we're talking about what is that individual journey we're going to have. And I want to use the word downloads, because we all have these downloads within us, within our soul. It's a soul thing, because in the beginning, this biology wasn't this. This is what we are now. This is beautiful, but it's been an evolution. And so that in that time, which is really now anyway, we had such an amazing song. Enough. These words are so limited. So we as one being have within us already the format for our individual fallen journey and our individual ascension journey, and how you're going to play your part in that. that's awakening, but there's a lot more to awaken yet. This is kind of like, maybe crawling stage of the baby, maybe. I think we've been born and we're sitting up, maybe. And maybe we're eating some solid food. But the crawling stage, but we will get there. We will get there. And we are doing that. This is part of the undoing and why we can feel the void, because within that void is everything, everything, all of that information, all of that amazingness that's getting activated. And guess what activates it? Love. I spelled it out to make it really clear. So yes, love. And so that's what we feel. And you really, the more you ascend, the more love you're going to feel. And we don't want to limit that. Even though it feels like sometimes in this love, hey, it feels like it's going to like explode with love. But that's just the limitation. And quite often we'll go into the void when we're feeling like that's enough love. We can really go into that. I've seen a lot of people go into that. I've seen myself go into that. And it's a turning point. And the important thing with the void is don't push it. Relax in it. Relax and embrace. And even you may even feel like you want to be quieter. You may feel like you want to be more alone. You may feel like so much more love for everyone and everything. And that is a real part of it, because everything that you're undoing is limitation. Everything that you're undoing is the program to limit ourselves. So that means like limit love too. So the realness is unlimited, infinite love. And that's where you are in that void. You're feeling more of that feeling. And I can completely understand how many people I've seen go back to being fallen because of the void. I completely understand there's nothing wrong with it. That's their plan, and that was part of all of our plan, to experience more wisdom. But I completely understand it, because I remember quite clearly when I first started feeling that void. And it was when I was around 28, and I've shared the story, and I felt really suicidal, because I felt so empty from everything in my life, and I really only wanted love, and I was connecting more with that love. So I didn't understand it. I do now, but I didn't understand it then. All I knew is that I felt it, and all I knew is that everything else made me so miserable and empty. And I tried many things. You have to read my life story book when I write it. So yeah, I felt that, but that was really great. What I did with that void was say, don't need to die. I just need to wake up. And I really felt that real deep in my soul. I really knew the emptiness had truth in it. The emptiness was telling me there is something else. There is a better life. And I wanted to know what that was. And I really knew straight away the answer was, I create my reality. So how? And the rest is what you all know. And so that was a really beautiful moment for me. I can remember it distinctly, absolutely distinctly, the feeling of it, and really seriously contemplating not wanting to be alive anymore, and just feeling this pull in my soul, just saying, no, wake up. That was my download activated. There it was. And that's what I'm trying to help you understand. There's this download in us that's going to trigger when it's ready, when it was set. So that was it. And then I just moved on from the life I had, completely left everything, went and lived in another place. I went to live in Byron Bay, from the Gold Coast to Byron Bay. And I felt freer and I felt happier. I felt completely different. And then shortly after that, around 30, I just really knew. And I started to wake up much more, and I knew. I found it very difficult to start guiding people at first because I felt so vulnerable. So vulnerable. And that's a big part of when you're shifting out of, when you're in the void and you're shifting forward out of who you were once, because that's what's happening. You're not, even your every cell in your body has changed with what you've done, what you've undone. That undoing of all those programs, what you've all done. Every cell in your body is shifting, and you may notice this. You like start to go down a pathway, like you really feel like you can't. Like it feels like there's just a wall there saying you can't go down the old pathway. And many have continued and said, no, I'm not ready for that. I'm going to continue, and that's right. Continue with the old self. But I've spoken to a lot of people that have done that and have reconnected with me and shared how painful that has been and how valuable the guidance was that I gave them that helped them through it. And I felt really, really touched by that. But I really saw also they still weren't ready for any more of that. As much as I wanted it so much. I've always wanted us all to wake up. That is what I'm supposed to do. And so what I chose to do, or you chose me to do. And so you have to let that go. That's part of the void where you let go. You're letting go, and you're letting go, and you're letting go of a lot. So I knew I couldn't relate anymore the same. So I knew, like when that thing turned on in me to really ascend and understand, then a whole lot more turned on in me. A whole lot more. And that's happening for you guys too. And part of your download was to find me, hear this guidance, and ascend. And that, yeah, yeah, in your face. Oh my gosh. How does that feel? I want to hear from someone. How does that feel recognizing that? Anyone like to share like that turn on feeling of knowing that was part of your download to find me for your ascension? Anyone?
Yes, I would love to. Yeah, I was feeling that today, Jody.
Oh,
I was just leading up to this session tonight. I was just thinking, this is what everything that I want is about. Like what I'm doing tonight with all of us, with you, finding you, Jody, having this session tonight. This is everything. Like this is like the whole point of me existing is to be here and find this, find you, hear this, be in this class, be in this group session and gain the wisdom from forgetting myself and from you forgetting yourself and sharing that wisdom that you have and that love and that guidance. And I was just blown away by how simple that was, that thought of that's why we're here, to find Jody, to find this wisdom that she's teaching us to ascend. I was just it was just beautiful, so beautiful. And I still, I love it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So beautiful and so amazing. And I just saw this pink light all around you. I don't know if the video will catch it, but when we're talking, like this pink light just all around you, so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sean. That touches me to the core, of course. But what touches me the most is that you're feeling that you're having that ascension for you, and that's what you feel now. And thank you so much. Oh, wow. So, so, so beautiful. I mean, that sort of feeling that you're having, it instantly connects with the feeling that I'm having. So when we can connect with each other, like you guys can together, with that feeling of that knowing of what I'm guiding you with your ascension, that real knowing, that's like, it awakens us more. For me, I've shared this a lot, it's been extremely humbling. My limited identity wants me to not be that, of course, but I don't want to stop being who I know I'm supposed to be. And that's what you're feeling, Sean. You're feeling that now. You don't want to stop being who you know you really are. You know, and I know that you've been through those times where that was difficult and you did stop being that. Would you like to share a little bit about, just gently and without names but of other people, but could you share a little bit of that point, only if you're comfortable with this, that point when where you chose to turn away from your ascension to an extent, not fully, but to an extent? How'd that feel?
I remember lying to myself. I remember telling myself the lie.
Yeah.
And I remember telling the lie to the people that were close to me at the time.
Yeah.
I didn't need to tell you anything because you already knew everything. But the other people in my life, I remember telling them the lie, because I didn't want to lose my young son, is what it came down to. But
sure, completely understandable.
And there was a lot more than that, obviously. But it was very painful, very, very painful. I remember the choice. I remember feeling the choice that I made, and just instantly feeling the plunge into fallen consciousness, and then everything. It was like a fantasy, but the fantasy turned into like a nightmare with all of the pain and the suffering that came from that choice afterwards. It was. I obviously didn't see my son, and that was a big process. I'm trying to climb out of that. I love and respected you so much, and everything that I'd had along the way, all the wisdom that I'd been taught, and trying to climb out of it. I remember how I had to go to court, and I had lawyers and things like that initially, and then I had decided that they wanted me to jump through all these hoops for me to see my son, and eventually I came to a point where I thought, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do any of that stuff they want me to do, and if it means not seeing my son, then I won't see my son. But I'm not going to do those things that they want me to do, because there's nothing wrong with me. And I realized that was me trying to climb out of that hole that I dug myself into. So, and here I am now. That was a long process. It was a very painful process. Like I shared before, I felt like I was at the absolute bottom of myself. And missing myself, and in that I realized I was missing my twin flame in all of that. Very, very painful. Very, very, very painful.
Exactly. That's so beautiful of you to share all that with such vulnerability, and I completely understand how painful that must have been for you. And it's really understandable, the justification to want to not keep ascending for the sake of the child, because there's that bond with them is so intensely deep and beautiful, and we in that we feel like we can sacrifice anything. But what's really amazing, Sean, is the courage you had to say no to what the people were instructing you to do, because ultimately, and I think you'll understand this, the sacrifice of you will also be the sacrifice for him, your son. And that's what I realized many times, that if I gave up me, I'm not helping them. And that, I just got the shivers all over me, because it's such the truth. I knew it was much higher and more loving to continue being me, and not sacrificing me. I mean, I did in a way for a while, but I knew that ultimately It wasn't going to assist them because I knew it would be a lie for a start, and I knew that if I kept going the way that I was supposed to go, I wouldn't live. That would be devastating to everyone. I wouldn't. I'd be such a mess without my ascension. There was just no way for them or for me that I could do that. And this is what I felt from you in that moment, Sean. And it takes a huge amount of strength. And there's so much grief that can go on in that way. But ultimately, ascension will bring choices like that. Ascension will bring you some of the most painful choices you will ever make. But once you start ascending and you embrace those choices and you understand them and you understand everyone, you're free. And they recognize, like my beautiful younger sister said to me in a text yesterday, looking really good, big sis. And I was so deeply touched by that. That's beautiful. She's so gorgeous. She said that. And I just felt this moment like that's a turning point. She recognized what my ascension's doing for me. How amazing is that? It gives me tears. Like, it's just so, so precious. And I know I was an example for them with all the fun and the joy that I always bring everyone. But then I had to be an example of what it's like to ascend. As difficult and as painful as that can be, Sean, as you went through, and I know all of you have been through this to some way, I knew that it was the best thing I could do for them as well. Because that's always been very important to me. But that's what's so important to understand about Ascension. It is the ultimate thing you can do for all of the one soul. And that's the download in you guys. That's there. That's saying, that's making you, it's turning that on. It's within you. You can't actually turn that off. You can try, but it'll be very painful, as it has been. It really does, to the point where you can't anymore. And thank you so much for sharing that, Sean, because you've just described something so, so profound and so deeply courageous and with so much humility. Like, people in the fallen world might have thought you were being really selfish, but you weren't. You're being unselfish. And you have contact with your son now?
Yes, I have him 3 nights a week now.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. Oh, that's so beautiful.
In the end, I got everything I wanted without jumping through any of the hoops, and I didn't deal with any. I didn't have any lawyers on my side. I just was just talking directly with someone else's.
Wow.
Yeah.
How precious is that? And how clearly does that show you that was the best choice? And you could see it anyway. You could see it. Like, that's why I said, all that jumping through all those hoops, you could see all that wasn't real and that isn't really what you wanted. And you chose what you wanted and you ended up in a much better situation. But there's always that transitionary time where it's just excruciating making those choices. Unfortunately, you had met me, Sean, and I'd met you, and you had some foundation there, like incredible foundation. My goodness, what were you when you met me? 24 or something?
24, yeah.
24.
Yeah.
And so, I think I remember that. And it's just like, that's there, that's that foundation. So
I just want to say,
mm-hmm.
you were a very big part of that whole process. With very, very big part. You were talking to me a lot. I was talking to you a lot. It was a very, very big part of that whole process.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm honoured. And I felt that too. I was always talking to you too. And it works, doesn't it? It connects. We do connect with each other. Oh, wow. So beautiful. How do you guys feel about what Sean's just sharing? Anyone like to share?
Yes, I would. I feel really emotional about that.
Mm.
I just feel like it's so beautiful what he has shared. Yeah. And I feel his pain too of what he would have gone through.
Mm.
And I loved that he said that you were there the whole time. You know, I think I was without you for about 4 weeks and you were with me the whole time. You know, I just
I love that 4 weeks.
yeah, I know. And I was like, that's enough. Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, I loved it. Thanks.
Yeah, amazing. Thanks,
Thank
Marty.
you.
Anyone else like to share how you feel about Sean's experience?
It is so deeply touching, and I do relate to it in the way of having a child and going through ascending choices like that, and the decisions that we have to make. And I had found you when I just made some choices in my life and let go of a lot of old me. And I was like, I don't want to be that person, but I don't know what else I can be and what I am. And that's when I found you.
Mm.
So you literally saved me, but
Oh.
it's like I so relate to what Sean was saying about he was talking with you, because it works. Soul talking with you works.
It does.
It's like,
And vice versa. It always works. It's instant. Yeah.
and what you said, Jody, like about the courage and humility that Sean,
Mm.
showed to share this here. So thank you
Mm.
so much, Sean, because it is huge to go through something like this big and something so that is so close to our heart, and then realize that now ascension is the real thing. And then like, so going back, turning our back from ourselves and then finding ourselves again, and then climbing out of that hole, as you were saying.
Yeah.
Thank you, that is so beautiful. So thank
Oh,
you for doing that.
so gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Would anyone else like to share about what they feel about Sean's and maybe relate something yourself that in relation to what he was Seaning? Well, anyone too. What he was sharing. Anybody?
I just want to say I feel very grateful for everything, for his choices and for him to be here now. Really, really awesome to have him here. And yeah, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for choosing your ascension. Thank you so much.
That's beautiful, Estella. Thank you for commenting on that, because that appreciation is so real, isn't it? It's that feeling of, and Sean can relate to this too, because he's seen this too, is how much when someone does shift, how much we love that. We're passionate about our ascension, so we're passionate about when people come back and choose it, again. So thank you for saying that. I totally understand. And how does that feel for you, Sean, being appreciated for
Beautiful.
that?
Yeah, really, really felt that. Really felt that gratitude. And yeah, I feel that gratitude for me being here and for all of us sharing this beautiful moment, this beautiful oneness. While you were gone, Jody, I was just looking at us all and just thinking, wow, this is so beautiful. This feeling of this one soul feeling I'm feeling. It's really beautiful. Yeah.
Absolutely. I could feel that. I could feel that in you. I could see in this in our ascension that we can recognize that. We can recognize that beautiful feeling of that gratitude. It's just so precious. The gratitude for the oneness and the gratitude for the four. That's part of our ascension. That's part of, because in our four we weren't grateful. We weren't grateful. We didn't feel that. I know there's some level of gratitude, of course, but not at this level. So thank you both for sharing that. Anyone else like to share? Yeah, Amy, go.
Yeah, I'm feeling very emotional the whole session already, because I can relate to so many things, and it's really precious to hear everyone's experience, because yeah, we all have to make these choices, and it's so beautiful when we trust. Because for me, that's a big part, like allowing myself to trust. So it's very profound when I hear someone telling us about their experience where they really had to trust love and their ascension. So yeah, it's been very precious to hear from me.
Thanks, Imi. Thanks so much. Yes, I totally agree. It's just so precious to hear it. And it's inspiring too. That's why I often ask you to share things, because we can inspire each other with our stories of our ascension. Our stories how we didn't believe our identity, our fallen identity. We chose our ascension instead, and how good that feels and how right that feels. And the more that DNA of your ascension is being triggered, the more you're going to feel like that. You're going to feel that feeling like that isn't right, this is right. Not as in a rule way, but in a real soul knowing. It's a real deep soul knowing that that's what we're doing, is trusting that. And that's got a lot to do with the void, because the void is just can feel like, what is there to trust in a way? It's like you're hanging in this, not hanging, but you're being in this place of an unknown, and yet it's known as well. But the known is, we do know ourselves on that soul level, but because we've veiled ourselves from that with all our identity, this again can feel really unknown. So that trust is so important. I'm really glad you mentioned that, Imi. It's really beautiful. And it's just, trust is so, so, so important for us. And we're trusting love. We're trusting love. That's what ascension is. Ascension is love. It's remembering love. And so when we're in that place of that void, in that transition place, to keep trusting, to allow ourselves to move further in our ascension, takes courage. Takes courage. And when I was sharing a bit about my story with my family, that took me a lot of courage. And it still does, but it's just that courage is love to me. And that's when you trust that love, you do it. I have, and you have, and we all will experience more of what that love gives our life. And there's so much unknown there that we're just trusting in the unknown. So when we can equate the unknown with the higher plan of our ascension, we can say that. I'm trusting the higher plan of my ascension. I'm trusting the perfection of that. I don't clearly see it because I've been forgetting who I am. But as you awaken, you'll see more and more, more and more and more. That's what I particularly love about Ascension. It doesn't just get to here and stagnate. It gets to there and goes higher and higher and higher and higher. It really does. And that's like magnificent to me. It's just, I get bored really easily if I'm not really ascending. And so Ascension completely fulfills me because of that too. But I know, and I've seen it in many people, they get bored with Ascension and want to go back to their journey of still being forgotten, and that's fine. We just need to say, oh, there's one more wisdom. And when that wisdom gets pain, when you get enough pain from that wisdom and you've had enough, and that gets really boring and repetitive, and it's the same thing, same wheel, right? That's what we call it, the wheel. The same wheel, repetitive stuff that starts to feel like, oh, I don't want to go through this anymore, that sort of feeling. And then we can turn to our ascension, and we keep rising. Like, I just keep remembering more and more. I am stunned with how much I remember, actually, like stunned in the most beautiful, loving way. Like, I'm not even sharing as much as I know. I share what's appropriate and what feels right to share. I want to share everything, and I will. But I know, and I allow this process of what's perfect. What's perfect for this session, what's perfect to share from my guidance. But I love to let you know there is so much more too. There's so much more, and it's incredible, it's beautiful, it's profound. It's the story of our experience, of our existence, of what we are and what we're going to be. I particularly love remembering the real beginning of ourselves. Particularly love remembering that. And a lot of information's been coming to me about that, which I will share. We'll get there. This is really important to help you to be able to get there, is to just keep on understanding all of these aspects that I'm guiding you to know about your ascension. And this void aspect is, I feel like I want to say it's everything in a way, because it's not empty, it's love. That void is love. That's when you can recognize that, when you have that feeling, instead of trying to fill yourself with something to pacify, because the fallen identity, the ego identity, wants pacification all the time. And I've experienced those feelings of pacifying. For me, it was a lot to do with food. Of eating fallen food, which I just can't tolerate it anymore. Like just white sugar, for example, and I just can't. I can't align with that frequency anymore. And that for food was something that was big for me to let go of. It's just one aspect, but I felt pacified when I was going through things to feed myself with pacifying fallen foods. And I noticed it as soon as I'd have some fallen food, I'd feel the drop. And I knew I was feeling it, and I'd keep going a little bit more, maybe another day. And then I was like, oh no, I just can't do this anymore. Now I feel really grossed out. I just feel like I don't like that frequency anymore. And that's what happens. And that's why I went vegan fully. Why? Because I couldn't tolerate any of that frequency of what isn't vegan. I know it's not. I know it's a fallen aspect to kill and eat. And I'm not judging anyone for doing that. Otherwise, I'd have to judge myself pretty badly, and I have actually. Remembering, it's like, how could I have done that? How could I have eaten that? It's fascinating. This is even part of this session. I wasn't planning that, but it's there because my soul knows it's important to look at the pacification of food. Like even vegan food can be that. You can still eat all the healthy stuff and pacify yourself with that. And I've done that too. But even then, I still feel that feeling like, I start feeling like not a void, but an empty feeling actually, because it's not resolving anything, and that it's not necessary, but it's been habitual. We've habitually, like we had that as a child. We were given things to eat to make you quiet or whatever. In all those ways, the child is addicted to poison food, la la la. It just wants it. Poison is addictive. Toxic food is addictive. Pure food is not addictive. So that's very, very simple. That really healthy food, like a vegan healthy diet, is non-toxic. It can be if you indulge in too many in different ways, but the healthy food you won't crave. You'll just nourish yourself. And that's the same equation to our fallen identity. It's toxic. We get addicted to the toxin. We don't need to be addicted to anything. We've all been addicted to lust, seduction, and lust and hate. I've seen that as I'm awakening. It's like, oh, I'm still going to that hate place. Why? I don't have to. Oh, because you like it, right? Okay. I think I'll change that. And that feeling, like we've all had that feeling of addiction to our fallen identity. And so that's another place of the void when you're undoing all of that. And you move out of those addictions, you do feel empty because you're so used to that. But when you understand the void and you understand how beautiful it is, that you're really feeling love. You're really feeling the one soul consciousness. You're feeling, you know, we could say we're feeling peaceful. But the fallen identity doesn't like peace. It can fake peace really good. Have you seen that? Have you seen people that fake peace? Like they're so calm.
Yeah.
And they're so peaceful. But if you cross one little boundary, oh man, are they angry? I've seen that a lot. Because the spiritual identity has formed into, I must be very peaceful, and turn into suppression. Because Ascension's joyful. It's not that. It's not suppressed, and it's not, the peace is in the love. It's not in putting on a new personality. And that's okay. That's fun too. What a fun thing to do. But it's not Ascension. And I have seen a lot of people realize that, actually. Realize that identity, that they were forming a spiritual identity that was unfulfilling. And that's when people can really give up on their Ascension, because it didn't work. Like, it didn't work. That's what they would say. It's like that. Even the things I've guided, it didn't work. It's like, I get that and I understand that. But this isn't about whether it works or not. This is just about, it's the truth. It's the truth of who we are. And we're remembering who we are. We're not trying to find out whether this works or not. Because that's just skepticism and doubt. And it's just suspicion and all of that stuff, you know, and that's okay too. Fun stuff. But this is the truth of ourselves. And it's just so pure. It's just love. I remember people saying to me once, "You talk about love a lot." Like it was in a criticizing way. So funny. Oh wow, you talk about love way too much. It's so funny. I'm like, yeah. Actually, I didn't do that, but I'm just having fun. But I would be like, oh wow, how cute. How cute. They just don't understand that love is everything. And the amazing thing is now, how's the one soul going? We're all talking about love now. So no one can say that to me anymore. Just like, oh, I love you too. Yay. Realness. That's the realness. You can say I love you to complete someone you've never actually met before, but you know what? Have we not met them before? I think we have. So no one's a stranger. No one's a stranger when you love and you remember who you are. And I know we do go through these times where we can feel quite disgusted with the one soul. You know, we can feel very sad about where it is and what we want it to be. And that can be really painful too. I'm sure you can all relate to this, yes? Those moments.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And so that's the deep longing in ourselves. It can be part of the void, actually, the deep longing in ourselves to remember who we are, and we want everyone to. And then we have to remember that it's all okay and there is a perfect plan. And where the plan is now, I've said this, I think I said it in the very first session I guided in these episodes was resistance is futile. Resistance is futile, everyone. And that's what's happening. Like, there's so many things that can be going on. We just go, that's not the one, so I'll change it. And you can see those things. But it is, and keep trusting that. So when you are in that void place and you're realizing and remembering that it's because you're not feeding ego anymore, then you'll start to understand that more. You'll start to realize that it's okay how it is. It just keeps saying resistance is futile because it is. And you'll see it. You'll see it. I've been saying that for a long time, actually. a lot of years I've said that. And there was a lot of times where I'd feel like, this is difficult to trust that, because so many things I'd see going on that I just know in my soul as the truth, and I'm standing by it. And that's, I've talked about like that dedication, that discipline to your ascension, and how much I love that, how much I love discipline, because I love the freedom, not discipline as in rules and old ego identity discipline of you have to be correct and right and follow all the rules. No, the discipline to remember love, to guide yourself. Like my guidance is guiding you, and my guidance wants you to guide yourself. I don't want that to turn into arrogant superiority and become another guru, because then you'll be fallen. I just want it to you to guide yourself with the absolute truth. Absolute truth of the love. And so that's that discipline. The discipline is remembering in those times, because when your identity starts screaming, right? All those toxins are getting activated and all those old programs and those cells are being released. And that's when you'll feel that. And then when you pass through that is when you'll feel the void. If you pass through that. It's a big if there. Because you might not. You might give in. That's why the void is so, so beautiful. And if you're feeling it, or you've ever felt it, then that's, have you ever felt it? Felt it. If you've ever felt it, well done. Just well done. Give yourself that space and that time to know that void is beautiful and perfect. And yes, you may have to let go of things. You may have been dedicating yourself to something for even just 1 month and determined it's going to work. I've done that, and then I've just said, no, it's not real. It's not what I want. Change, discipline, to love more, to know when something is not really for your ascension, even though it might appear like it is at first. It's okay to do that. The discipline is not about rigidly dedicating yourself to something that doesn't completely serve your ascension. This discipline is about remembering your love and your ascension is your number one choice. And you can't force that anyway, really. You just can't force that. It's just going to be natural for you when that is activated in you. And I've said to you guys a lot about your early activated. and perhaps you're understanding that a little bit more now, because that was part of the plan. The plan is beyond profound. And the more that you align with your ascension, the more you'll recognize that profound plan, and the more you surrender to it and trust, not as in giving up, but as in rejoicing. Surrender is rejoicing. And the more I do that, actually more dimensional consciousness, I feel like I've become a lot more aware of dimensions. And it's really interesting. Can any of you relate to, I know you all have shared this in ways, when you were a lot younger, when you're like a small child, you felt that? You remembered dimensions. You remembered you were so much more, right? Can you all relate to that? And then
yeah.
And then the perfect situation to tell you can't believe that. It's like, that's the old discipline. Oh no, come on, you just got to pull your socks up and get on with the job, mate. That's very Aussie. But how would you say it in Indian? How would that sort of thing be translated?
It's almost similar, like but we would say, "Chalo, uba tha ane kaam karo." So it's just get up and keep going.
How cute! What does it mean?
Same, just get up and keep going. So just don't sit in that whatever you are thinking. And like I was told I was fantasizing, because I always thought there is more, you know, and I would ask why. And I was such an annoying kid because I would ask why.
So annoying. I was the same. I was told to be quiet so many times because of asking things. Oh, what about in Belgium, Imi? What would you say in Belgium? That was like, you know, just, you know, the discipline to pull your socks up and get on with it, you know, like
Yeah,
meaning.
well, it's the same. It's like, come on, like we're doing. Like, come on, keep going. It's the same.
Yeah. And what does it mean in that fallen way?
Like you just do life like it's supposed to be. You work and that's it.
Yeah. Good. Good. What about in Spain, Estella?
I was trying to think about it. One sentence that came to mind is "Coge el toro por los cuernos," which means take the bull for this place here, take it from here.
Yeah.
Which means confront the reality, you know, just wake up and confront whatever.
I love that. That's so good. Oh, how's that equating over there? Even in the different countries, there's still the same identities, the ego identity, the fallen identity, saying, hey, come on, stay fallen, basically. Stay fallen and face the facts. This is the way it is. And so that program is, thank you guys, that program is so deeply within us. What about in Kiwi land, Clary? What they say in Kiwi, New Zealand?
I think it would be like pull your head out, you know.
Oh wow, what does that mean?
Like, just get over yourself. Just, you know. Come on, mate. Like, come on.
Be real, hey.
Like, just be real.
Yeah, be
Yeah.
real.
Be real.
What about you, Sean? Can you remember an Aussie one? Australian one?
Oh, just get on with it.
Yeah.
Let's just get on with it. Like, just whatever you're going through, just forget about it and get on with it.
That's it. Forget about it. Exactly. Stay forgotten. Oh, it's so awesome. What about you, Margie? What was the Adelaide saying?
I think just stop whinging about it and get over it. There was no compassion about anything. Just get over it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh, thank you so much, guys, for that. But this is amazing. It's just like it's everywhere in the one soul of our fallen self, saying in different ways, stay asleep. Don't be in la la fantasy land. Don't be there. It's not real. We're not dimensional. We live and we die, and that's it, apparently, you know. But I never agreed with that. I never used to feel that. I really didn't. I loved the truth that I could feel in myself as a very young being. Fortunately, I did create a mother that didn't put any of that stuff on me in that way. So there was some limitations there, but it was mostly to do with just her own limitations of being careful. You know, be careful, because if you know too much, it might not be safe. You know, you might turn that into something will come at you because of that, come for you. You know, you're not safe. It's like when people get really famous and they're not safe anymore. It's kind of like that sort of stuff. But mostly my mother was very supportive of my consciousness, which was beautiful. She used to ask me for guidance all the time, actually. It's really beautiful. And I would give it. I mean, I'm, 11 years old. This is what we're going to do. Yeah, okay. She knew I had that in me. She recognized it, which was, I know that's the only way I could have got here, be born here this time. But I love all those things. Thank you so much for sharing those. Does that make you guys laugh too? Like, do you feel the humor in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Evie?
hmm
Or
Yeah,
you
especially the one like be real.
be real? I know. That makes me laugh so much because it's completely opposite of the truth. It's like you are being real, but like I really understand it and I do feel and the love and compassion for all of that. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm saying that's perfect too. Like that's that's where we want to be in our ascension is to know, oh look, even that said to me was perfect. Now that I know what it really means and how much it's not real, that gave me like in a way, did you feel like a no to that? Like, no, I'm not believing that. Did any of you feel that like, no, I'm not accepting that in your own
Yeah.
way? Can you say,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
what did you feel, Nick?
It was one thing that I just could not take was forgive and forget. And I'm like, why should I forget? And I was like, it was so, that was the biggest complaint my mom had, that I don't forget things. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to forget things.
I'm laughing because I completely understand. I feel the same. Even
But
though
today,
was there any kind of revenge consciousness in that as well, though, for you?
exactly, I'm like, you're telling me to forget. I'm going to rebel and I'm not forgetting. And I will remind you what you were saying when you were standing over there with those clothes.
Oh, yeah, in those
I
clothes,
was,
yeah.
yeah, like,
And your memory, oh my gosh, I've never seen a memory that amazing. But we're all awakening that. But yeah, they really
I was like,
underestimated your intelligence, Anisha, which is beautiful too.
and
Yeah.
it was like, they used to call me, she's an in-house lawyer, because I would I would just remember everything, and I would be very righteous about everything. So I would go, you
Yeah.
did this, but that was not right, because then this happened to this person and that was not right.
Oh wow, it's so cute. I can just see little Nisha doing that. How adorable. So how can you relate that now to what was really going on underneath that was driving you to ascend, even though you were saying you were saying it in a fallen way. How can you relate to that now?
I think the main thing that is the most painful to me is forgetting you. And I was saying, no, I will not forget you.
Beautiful.
That was the core of it. And I was just before I was going to say that today, finally, after what you have guided us and what you have helped us see, I can actually let go of the anger and resentment for those experiences, because I felt so suppressed, so squashed in
Yeah.
those moments when I was told to forget. And
Yeah. Yeah.
and like, and now with your gorgeous love, I understand.
Oh,
So
thank you.
thank you.
I
Thank
love
you.
that. Yes, I think we've all had some feistiness inside of us, hey, like that feisty feeling of not accepting the rules, not accepting being suppressed, uh, being wanting to be really honest, and I feel like we've all been respectful in that too, in a way. And I know, of course, there would have been times where we would have felt, oh, this is not the time to say something like that, like boundaries. We were aware of boundaries as well, because it is part of our ascension to be aware of boundaries, not putting those on yourself, but the boundaries of how we relate to people that are not ascending, and understanding that instead of, that's what I was saying, like if you start taking what I'm guiding and you start turning into a preaching guru and you start dumping on everybody, you're not respecting the boundaries, and you're not, like, yes, love them, don't stop loving them and support them, but recognize that aspect of yourself when you're doing that, when you're turning it into that, because I want you to apply this guidance to yourself first. Do that first. Master that in you. But we do get really inspired and we want to tell everyone and help everyone, but you are, by ascending yourself, that's the ultimate way that you're going to help anyone. If I hadn't done that, I wouldn't be able to sit here and say all this. I'd be a hypocrite. So it's okay. Hypocrite's just another aspect of a journey. We want to be very, very real with ourselves about making it your ascension first, because then you will affect them, because they'll see it in you. Yes, they might feel different things in early stages, like what I was talking about. They might feel rejected. They might feel like you don't love them anymore. They might feel like, what happened to you? You've changed. Oh, you're lost in some fantasy. Oh, you're being brainwashed. La la la. I've heard people say that about things I've guided people with. I've heard people tell me later that a therapist told them to never believe that you're the creator of your reality. That was me brainwashing them. Very good one. Very good one, right? What a good one. What a way to go to shut yourself down. Good. Well done, therapist. But of course, things have changed a lot since this was, I'm talking about in the 90s. But yeah, people will try to turn you against Ascension. And even now, when there's so much more awakening, there's still a lot of different identities, that guru identities, that are really pushing you with the knowledge, but not really in that real pure ascension of love. And it's when I see that sort of thing going on, I just embrace it and just go, wow, you know what? You might not be really living this, but it's still getting in there. So good. Let it go in there. Let them say all these things, even though they're not really understanding them. They just know it's spiritually correct, because there's a lot of spiritually correct stuff now. And I used to see that. I've seen that a lot with people. And I've seen the emptiness that they feel from that. I've seen doing that can make them shut off from their ascension, because when you're not just being it, and you're taking on a new identity as a guru, then you're not recognizing how much that is just another identity. Because my guidance is guidance. It's not guru teachings. I'm not interested in that. I find that really, really boring. I just can't do it. I just know the truth about love. And that's why people have been really bored with me, because it was too simple. They wanted the spiritual concepts and the spiritual rules, and they wanted some grand being to worship. I don't feel that desire. In fact, I feel very repelled by any worship feelings from anyone, because all I want to say is, don't worship me. I love you. That's all that is real. I just love you. And all I want you to do is love you. Love you. But even that can be misinterpreted. So just be aware of just living at yourself. Just living at yourself, and enjoy that. You don't have to go around telling everyone what you know. You just be what you know, and then you're telling them. You're telling them by just being it. Clary had an amazing experience recently, and she had to give a speech to how many people was it, Clary?
Over 100.
Over 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the purity that Claire gave to that, of course, I gave her a lot of guidance for that, but just the pure, and she allowed that, which I love, but the purity and the love that she was just being. That's all, just being that. And that's all you wanted, wasn't it, Clary? You only wanted to just be it.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to be my love and be in my ascension instead of feeling any fallen feelings when I was speaking. I really wanted to, I just wanted to be your guidance. I just wanted to
Yeah.
be soulful. I just wanted to speak soulfully and be myself, you know?
Yeah.
Everything you like have said tonight, like it's all of those things, like the downloads and the recognition of, you know, what feels really real to me in my soul, all the care that I feel and all of that. I just wanted to be me when I was talking. I didn't want to, because in the past I have felt like I had to act a certain way, or I had to had to be
Yeah.
different personalities in that environment. And you know, like you've always given me so much love and so much guidance, and yeah, I was ready. I was just a lot
Yeah.
more ready just to be myself.
And we discussed it as well.
Mm.
Clary was asking me for guidance about that. You know, we were discussing it, and it was just so beautiful and so simple and so much love. And would you like to share a little bit of the feedback that you did get after that speech?
Yeah,
Go for
sure.
it.
Just people found it really warm. They found it so wholesome. They thought it was. One lady said my soul was shining so brightly, and they're like, but the word wholesome was used so much because that's how they knew to describe the feeling that they were feeling, and it was like this very warm, wholesome, like sweet, caring, and so many people said caring, like just you just care so much. Yeah. And so many people were just so appreciative of it. Yeah. It was beautiful.
Really
Such an
beautiful.
amazing experience.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
didn't have to be an identity. You're just you in your ascension, and
Mm.
giving some guidance to those people, and just like in the work environment guidance. Not, you weren't trying to be a guru, spiritual
No,
guru. You were just being it, and you were delivering it through that work. And that's what we can do. Just be it, and it'll come through. It
mm.
comes through. Like when I go out into the world, I don't stand around, start preaching to everyone or guiding people. I absolutely have never really felt like doing that. But I just am who I am in my love, in my ascension. And people comment on that all the time. You know, like I had a dentist visit recently, a few months ago, check up and a clean and all that. And and then the dentist at the end stood there and looked at me and said, "You have such a beautiful energy." And she said, "I wish like more of my patients were like you." I was just like, how beautifully touching is that? A dentist said that to me, and I wasn't preaching, I wasn't selling spirituality or anything. I didn't even tell her what I do or anything. I would if it was appropriate, but she could feel that. And that to me was more beautiful than any amount of guruing I could have done. That is revolting to me. Like in the understanding of what it feels like within me, because it's not real. I want real. I want to live real love. I am living real love, and I am disciplined all the time in that. And yes, I still have a lot of consciousness to integrate, because the pathways and the program and the one soul is still very much in that. But the difference is I know what it is, and that's what I'm assisting you to do, is to know when your forgotten and fallen consciousness is there. You know that's what it is. And that's easy to know. That is no mystery. That's no mystery at all. That's just like you're feeling any of those programs: hate, victim, lust, uh, all those fallen emotions we talked about in that session, like self-pity, all those things. Just that session was incredible for you to understand those fallen aspects, and also the rising aspects, the truth of ourselves. And so that's why I did that session. understanding emotions, because you can go back and look at that any time to remind yourself of what do I need to do, and it's easy. You know, if, for example, if I am feeling hate about anything, it's very rare, but if I am, it could be just something really fallen that I'm not liking about, maybe cruelty or something, and then I can see that hate there. And then I'm just like, well, what's hate really? It's just not loving and understanding the journey. So I know I'm feeling it because it's obvious. I can feel it. I'm aware. That's witnessing, you know. Witnessing yourself and your feelings, your emotions are so vital for your ascension. And you can do that. You can recognize it. And then there's times where you have to really will yourself. That's the discipline, really willing yourself to change it. Because it's so believable. It's meant to be. Some things aren't as believable. Some things, a lot of things are very believable. And so that feeling of being in the void, because you've been undoing a lot of this, that's when it can feel almost like nothing is happening. It's a stillness. It can feel like an emptiness, but I want you to know it's not. It's a fullness. It is clearly, the emptiness is only related to that the fallen identity, the ego, does not know anything else. And that's what we've been used to. It only knows those programs. So you're going to feel that and you're going to crave that. Yeah. But less and less that will happen. That craving gets less because you're awakening your DNA for ascension. It's right there, it's there, it's there, it's there, it's there. It's in every cell in your body. And that's what you're pressing that button in a way. You're saying, no, love, 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 and I'm letting my love flow. And isn't that beautiful though, that feeling of that love? Oh, oof. When we just, yeah, when we just let it flow. I mean, Estella shared a beautiful experience with me the other day about something that happened with some children that she was connecting with. Do you feel okay to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, I was with the children. They are very beautiful. Every time they see me, like they scream my name and then they come and hug me.
Oh.
The girl sometimes says, I love you. And yeah, there was this day when we were in the playground and they came around, they were around me and we were talking about something. And I was just being loving with them. And then the girl suddenly said, like very sudden, you know, very impulsively, she said, I love you infinite.
Oh, how beautiful is that, hey?
I love you infinite, she
I
said.
love it, infinity.
She said
Oh,
infinite.
infinite, yeah.
Infinite. And I was like, in that moment, I couldn't believe that she said that. And I was starting to cry. And then the boy saw me in that moment feeling so touched. And she said, you are so beautiful.
I mean, you've shared this with me, but it's just, I just love hearing about it. It's so precious, hey? And how did you feel about all that?
Wow, it's very, those moments are the moments I treasure about working with children.
Yeah.
There are these precious moments when I can connect with the children in that beautiful, pure way, and I can see how the love I give them affects them.
Yes.
How,
Exactly.
how they blossom in that love.
Yes.
Many times
Yeah.
they blossom in the love. It's so beautiful to see that blossom in the moment. And I love to give that. That's what I love about working with children. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. And that's it. And like, Estella's not going there being a guru or preaching anything. She's just living that consciousness. Like there's a boundary in that situation. Obviously, we're all in a situation where there's boundaries where what you share about it, but there's no boundary on being it. There's no boundary on you being in your ascension consciousness. And so that's what you're doing. And those children, they know, they can see that. And that touched me to the core when Estella shared that with me. I thought, how beautiful. And the way that they were experiencing your love on a different frequency was triggering them to say things like that. I love you, internet, and you're beautiful.
Sometimes I even, like I shared that with you, like they look at my eyes and it's like we get lost in each other's eyes, and it's like they can't stop looking at me. And like it's like they get hypnotized, especially when it's
Love that so much.
nappy time and they lay down and I sit next to them and I pat them. And sometimes maybe I'm caressing them here, and yeah, they look at me. And there was this girl the other day, like she it felt like she was hypnotized. She was looking at my eyes, like I don't know for how long, but she couldn't stop. And then with another boy, he has autism.
Mm-hmm.
He has these big blue eyes, and also like we were connecting through the eyes. It's really beautiful. And in those moments, I feel I connect with their soul, and I am there to remind them of who they are.
Definitely, without saying it.
Yeah.
Just being it. And thank you so much for sharing that. Is my point. Just being it it's beautiful, and I'm sure you all have stories of this. It's just we just be it, and it's just beautiful. And would anyone else like to? Thank you so much, all of you, for sharing this. Anyone else who hasn't shared, Margie or Emmy, would you like to share a story related to just being that love and seeing it?
Well,
Yeah, I'll go. You, Yumi. Yeah.
Go, Emmy.
yeah, well, I have the same experiences in school with the children.
Mm.
Yeah, they all adore me, and then the parents, I hear parents say like, yeah, everyone is adoring this Inca. That's how they say it. But yeah,
What do the parents say? Everyone what?
everyone is adoring this Inca. That's how
Oh,
because when they see me, the eyes go open, they sparkle, and they come run to me, and they want to hug me. And there is one child in my class, and like the last 3 months, he was always asking me if I could be his mother. Like I want to have 2 mothers.
oh, how gorgeous! Yeah.
He was always, can you do that? He was really like a practical thing.
He was for real about it.
Yeah, because and then he said, "Do you already have children?" But I said, "Yeah, one." Yeah, and is he already old enough to live on his own?
Oh, how beautiful. Oh, and you know what I really see in that too is the real truth that your mother, biological mother, doesn't, I mean, yes, love them and we want to, I'm not saying don't, but the fact that this child then wants you to be, he wants 2 mothers. You know, it just tells me so much about the one soul and how beautiful we really do see each other. Like you are just being in that love. You are just being in that love. Oh, wow. This touches me so deeply and so beautifully. Do you guys all feel that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Totally.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
It really is. Would you like anything else, Emmy, or is that?
Well, the last day of school, because now we have holidays, it was
Yeah.
a little bit of a special day because I always go to the forest with the children every morning, and that day, 2 of them decided to run away and hide,
Oh,
and I could not find them anymore, so I was really stressed.
yeah.
And we looked, and I could not find them anywhere. And then the police came, and they did a big search with the helicopters, but they were hiding from the police too. So it took 2 hours, and then we found them. And
Wow.
I went through a lot of.
Yeah, that's big.
I still have to integrate it, but
Yeah.
then the parents, they gave me so much love.
Where did they find the children?
they were hiding under in the bushes, and they were running away from the police. But then a police in not in the uniform, so they were not running from her, and she found them.
Why were they running away, did they say?
They just wanted to go home.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's
And
very
then they like the game of running away. And they actually, it was very exciting for them.
I love what you said. Yes, we all have loved the game of running away. Yes, I get it. But you know, they were probably feeling suppressed and limited somehow. They wouldn't be able to use those words, but that's what they were probably feeling. And that's understandable and it's okay. But that would have been very scary for you and parents.
Yeah, but the parents say even after this, we hope you are still the teacher of my son, and we trust in you, and we trust even yeah. I get a lot of, because I thought they are going to be mad at me.
Yeah,
But,
that's beautiful. So beautiful. And same thing is what I'm saying. It's just being that love. Especially children, they really feel it, but everyone does, you know, because that child, especially the children now, they're evolved beings. They've come back to this time. And that's going to happen more and more. It's going to, I remember when I really connected with my higher being many years ago, there was a very clear message that there would be a time when no beings would be able to come through here without choosing ascension. And that's this time now. And people call children all different. I've heard all different names there that they call them, the types of children that are awake, but all of them are. And they're all so different now. And look what they're being born into, a very different world than what we were. And it's so much more full of love, and there's so many ways to express that love. So it's very real and very true that our soul, our one soul, and the beings that are in light interim that are choosing to come here can only come here by choosing ascension now. And that's the children. But the children are our one soul. They're part of our one soul. And so that really touches me deeply, that you guys are having that experience with the children. And just all of the one soul, it's just changing so much and evolving, awakening so much. And keep trusting that. Keep trusting that no matter what you see. If you see anything happening in the world that's making you doubt the reality of love, just know it's still part of the ascension. And remember, there's a lot of fragments, and there's a lot of fragments of the soul from those original souls that we are, where we fragmented that aspect of ourselves to experience more. There's a lot of those that are the ones playing that out. It seems very painful, but in a fragment level, it's really not. It's just fun. So it might sound uncaring and unkind to say that, but on a soul level, if you understand that that's just part of wrapping it up, finishing, this is the last opportunity to be that form. If we want to start all this over again, we will, we can. We can go back and start again. Back's not really what it is, but you know what I mean. That this is finishing, the fall is finished. It is finished, but it doesn't look like it. And when you see that aspect, which can be very disappointing and disheartening, just remember it's okay. Like, I find that really difficult. I share that a lot, but I do find that's probably where my fallen identity grips the most, because I don't want to see cruelty or pain. But when I have that higher perspective, it eases myself. I can relax again and really know. And I've been telling myself to really embrace that more, really embrace the truth that what that really is. It's okay. And it also can bring up fear because we're afraid of the future with certain situations that look like they're leading the future of humanity, but they're not. And remember that. What's leading humanity is love, this time of love and this time of our ascension. This guidance I'm giving you, that's leading ascension. That's leading humanity. And this guidance that you apply on yourself, that's leading humanity. And I've always said this, if you want to do something for humanity, then do this for yourself, because doing it for yourself affects us all. And it's just beautiful anyway, just beautiful. Just love is just gorgeous and beautiful and divine, the real love. And I know we've all had experiences of being in love, haven't we? We've all had that, where we fell in love. Funny it's called that. And that all that was you're all laughing. It's beautiful. And I love the fact that all that was an imitation of the love we really feel for the one soul. Yes, we have a twin flame, but that doesn't make us love anyone else less. If you're in a twin flame situation, you're loving other people less, you're not in a real experience. You're not. You're not having a twin flame experience. You're having a fallen experience. If you're separating yourself with that from a twin flame experience, and I've seen that happen a lot. Not only do I see it that happen where there's separation, it's where then now they're the amazing saviors of everybody, you know, and that's okay too. Good joke, great joke. But understanding even that at this level of a twin flame reunion is about embracing everyone. If you don't embrace the one soul, you are not going to have that. And we want to feel that in love feeling on a higher level of really understanding what were we really projecting when we felt like we were in love. Have you all noticed that real in love feeling was fleeting, meaning it didn't really last? And so many people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
Not long at all.
Not long at all. Sometimes people believe it for a lot longer, you know. And sometimes people just cling and cling and cling because, oh, I was in love, you know, what happened? I'll keep trying to bring that back, you know. But it's okay for all of that too. That's all part of wisdom too. But loving the one soul is really the real love, like loving all of us as one. And you, with your twin flame, that's what you will do. Not become a gang in your own way and be, you know, delusions of grandeur, importantness because you're a twin flame couple, you know. Not that there's anything wrong with that, just to understand that that is another fantasy. There's a lot of those fantasies going on because as soon as the twin flame title came about, everyone wanted that, and I understand that. And that's a big part of undoing what I'm talking about being with your twin flame, is undoing the illusion of thinking it's an individual thing. It's not an individual thing. The twin flame thing is an all one thing. It's embracing everyone as one. That's how you really will find that unity. And that is how, because you feel the unity of everything. And that's a big part of the undoing, which can really put you in the void as well, because of all the programs that we've had about that. Because we all want that in love feeling. We'll have that about yourself and everyone else on this planet itself, everything. Have that in love feeling for everything. And I've shared that before many times. I love everything. I talk to everything, anything, the table, the mirror, the floor, anything, all animals, everything, every little beautiful. Like today, I had this beautiful experience with a bush turkey today. Oh my gosh. They always walk along our back fence in our backyard and the backside of the house, and they're so beautiful. Every day they do their routine, they walk through, and they're so beautiful. I love them. They're so gorgeous. Anyway, today the bubbies, I had the dogs out the back. They were having fun out the back. So it's just me and this turkey. And the turkey was walking along the backyard. And I just talked to his inner being. I said, hello, beautiful. Turned around, looked straight at me in the house, because I know you can see in the house when the lights are on. Looked at me, walked right over, and they never do this. It walked right, they do it sometimes, but this was definite connection. And I'm just watching it. It's just me and this turkey. And it's walked all the way over to the window. There's a little, that little brick wall, there's a ledge there. It stood up on that, and I wanted to film it, but I knew I'd spoil it if I did. I just had to experience it. And it stood there, and I was looking, and it's going like this, and it's looking at me saying, how can I get it? And then it walked along a little bit further along and kept looking at me. It was connecting with me such a beautiful, deep level. And I just kept saying, I love you, beautiful. And it was all soul talking. That's all it was. And then it just it's kind of like it said, it felt like it was saying, I just wanted to connect with you, love, and feel you, and say hello to you. I wish I could come closer to you, but I can't. And as it walked away, it was looking back at me. I mean, when do you see a bush turkey doing that? And I see them all the time. And so it turned around, and it's just looking, it's like walking away. Oh my gosh, it touched me so deeply that beautiful being, that part of our one soul, heard me say, I love you, beautiful. And hello, beautiful. And I just kept telling it that I love you. And geez, that touched me so deeply. That was just today. I was just like, that's right, I was saying to it as well, oh, look how gorgeous you are. It was a younger male. And males have the bigger scarf, the yellow scarf, and the females don't have that. But he was young because it wasn't very big. He's just beautiful. And so he's been, like, we saw these little baby ones running around one time, and they're so adorable, they're so little, and they run around when I love them so much. And so I'd say it was one of them growing up. And so it's had that frequency in its life. And that your frequency of your love affects everything, every wall, everything on that floor, everything on that wall, everything you're wearing, everything where you're walking, wherever you go, whatever you touch, whatever you do, your frequency of love is transforming that reality. And not only that immediate one, but all of it. So if you really want to do something really awesome in the void, you can do that. You can remember how much your love is affecting the one soul. And of course, the fallen identity is going to say, no, how can that be? La la la, whatever it says. Whatever its crazy little silly fallen forgetful thing is saying. It will say it because it's programmed there until we're finished with that. But you will notice more and more that you will finish with that. I'd like to hear Margie's story now. Thank you. Do you like to share, Margie? What were you going to say?
Yeah, I'd love to. I had an experience out shopping recently. It's a shop I go to all the time, and they know that I buy a lot of food, and they know that I shop for other people. But there's this one girl there that she connects and likes to come up and serve me and have a chat as well. But there was a lady next to me the other day that was saying, you go first because I'm retired and I've got plenty of time and I don't have to rush with anything. And I went first and got served, but then I looked at her and I said, oh, I would love to be able to say that even if while I'm not retired and still relax and do whatever I'm doing at the same time. So we were starting to connect like that. And then the girl behind the counter that knows me, she looked at me and she went, oh, you'll never retire, will you? And I said, no, I won't. And then she started raving and raving to that woman about me and telling that woman how much I do shopping for other people and I do it with so much love, she was saying. And she's never shared anything like that with me, but she was sharing it with the other lady and telling her, all about me while I was standing there. So it was really a really beautiful experience.
That is so touching, Margie. How beautiful.
Yeah. I thought that's what she thinks, and I didn't know she thought that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that exact thing, like you have affected. you're not preaching anything. You're just shopping with all that beautiful love frequency. And
Yeah.
they're feeling it. And that's just such a great story of an example of that you didn't even know
No,
that how
no.
much
And
seeing you.
no, I know she liked me and she likes to talk to me and she loves to come up and serve me. And they're all, I mean, I've made a connection with all of them in the shops too. But yeah, I was quite surprised. And then I left the shop and I came back in because I wanted to get a supplement that I'd forgot that we buy regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And she got it for me. And next minute I looked and there was this beautiful Chinese lady next to me, standing next to me. And she was asking me, is that supplement good? And so I said, yes, it was. And before I could explain,
What was the supplement?
the black seed oil.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And she said, I think that the Chinese lady said, I used to buy that. And but the same girl behind the counter took over and she started reading all the benefits of it to the lady and everything. And I said to the lady, the Chinese lady, I take that. I've been taking that for quite a while now, but I also take a lot of other things. And the Chinese lady was putting a hand on my shoulder and she's going, you're doing awesome. You're doing great. She's
Oh.
going, and I'm going, where's that all coming from? Like, it's like she appeared and then she disappeared, you know? But she was the most beautiful Chinese lady I've ever seen, but with her kind heart and everything, her kindness.
Yeah, that does make us beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, she was but she kept patting my shoulder all the time. You're doing really great. And I thought, well, am I doing great? But she was telling me I was.
See, this is the thing that can happen with the one soul. They can come right out of their personal identity and start being their ascended consciousness around us.
Yeah.
They can just suddenly start being that.
Yeah.
Right there. And your frequency triggers that download, right? That ascension being, ascended being. So she's beautiful. And it's just coming out of her.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
showing you her love in the way that she could.
Oh, she was showing so much love. Yeah.
Incredible, man. What a beautiful.
And I think the same day I was in the shop right near there, and because I often connect with people that are behind me at the checkout and things, and the lady spoke to me a moment, but when I finished getting served, I could see she was waiting for me to say hello and say goodbye to her.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah, just a beautiful love that is shared when I'm out. Yeah.
And that also shows me more how much the one soul is awakening more to love too, like the openness that's happening in the one soul and your presence and your light and your love, Margie, that's affecting them too. And don't underestimate how far that goes. Look, scientists have measured thoughts can be from instantly one part of the world to the other. They've already demonstrated that scientifically. Why do we need scientifically when we just know in our soul? We know in our soul the truth. Wow. Did you want to share anything, Sean, about this sort of thing?
Yeah, lots of everything that you guide us with, Jody. I feel it affecting in all my life. With my son and at work, I feel my workspace has lifted. Like everyone around me at work is lifted. Every time I come into the room, I feel like everyone's they just lift when I come in. It feels like.
Yeah.
And I've been practicing, what you've been guiding us with, sending love to the one soul. So while I'm at work in Surface Paradise, I'm like, okay, I'm not sure if we did it in the last session or whether it was a session that I rented, but sending that love out into the one soul. I love you all. I love you all. And I just felt this immense, overwhelming love and joy within myself. Like I just loved myself. I just suddenly had all this love for myself that was just so beautiful. I could feel it working. It's like I could really feel that depth of and the power of that that intention to love the one soul and to communicate with the one soul. But there was one experience I just remember that I really want to share. I've been going and collecting my filtered water from a place in Currumbin Valley called Harvest, which sits on the creek.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful location. There's turtles that swim freely in the creek that you can just watch below. And I have this really nice vegan wrap there, and I was just I just finished my vegan wrap, and I had a cacao, ceremonial cacao, and I was just sipping on that by the fire. They had a fireplace there just by myself, and there was a guy that came, and he had his 3 kids and his partner there, but he left the table that he was sitting, and he came and sat opposite me, and he sat there very quietly for maybe 5 minutes, and I thought, I was just kind of feeling him, and I thought, wow, this is really beautiful. Like, his energy is really beautiful. And then we started talking, and we spoke for maybe 45 minutes or an hour, and it was the deepest conversation for a stranger, for 2 strangers to have. It ended up being that at the end of it, 45 minutes or an hour, it's all about love. That's what we got to. And it was just amazing, the experience that we both had. We both thanked each other, and you know, felt like we wanted to hug each other, but it kind of felt inappropriate in a way. But it was just so much love and gratitude for each other. We shared such like vulnerability and intimacy with each other that I actually said to him, I said, this is such a rare moment that 2 strangers have had such an in-depth conversation about love and the true meaning of what we feel life is all about, you know. I said, this is so profound that we've actually had this experience with each other. And he agreed, and and we both went our separate ways, and but it was just such a beautiful moment.
That is really, really special and really profound. And you know, that was part of the higher plan. In that moment, that was there, and that happened, and you had that experience, and you're both there. And two males too. 2 males talking about in that intimate, deep way about love. That shows such a shift, because of course the male program was to not share love like that. And, you know, that was part of the fallen consciousness. And that's changing too. That's really changing. But that's just such a beautiful story, Sean. Thank you so much. I love that so much, that you had that experience with that beautiful soul. And he will always remember that. And this is what I'm saying, the effect that you can have just by being loving. You know, and obviously the conversation, what was the basis of the conversation? Obviously you said it turned to love, but what were you basically talking about together?
About our experiences, I spoke about you, and I spoke about Ascension, and he was talking about how he got really sick, and I was talking about how I experienced that I had when I got sick, and how and then from those experiences of being very ill at times, and through COVID, the whole changing process of COVID, how we rose out of that and found this deep love within ourselves to let go of the things in our lives that no longer served us. That was the foundation of it. He was looking after restaurants all over the Gold Coast. He started from one small cafe, and then built a whole bunch of these restaurants and cafes all through Gold Coast, Burleigh. And then he wanted more time for himself. He was realizing that he was just running around, and he realized that when was that going to end? And he thought, I've had enough. And then he got really sick, and he was sharing all that experience with me, and sharing how he basically came to that point in his heart that he realized that he needed that love for himself.
That's really, really beautiful. Wow, I can really see why he came onto your path where you were at that moment, because you would be the absolute perfection of what he needed and wanted, and he created that. He created beautiful Sean. Wow. Thank you for being there for him. That is so, so precious. And thank him for being there for you. How beautiful was that? Wow.
So beautiful. I was in awe when I left. I just couldn't believe that I had that. I just couldn't believe it. And it's like we didn't want to leave each other, but it was, he had his family in there, and
sometimes those moments are just like that, and that's all they are. And you'll know if there's more. You'll feel that there's more. And if there is more, you'll meet again. And I've had a lot of those experiences where I'm bonding so hard, I don't want to ever lose this being again ever in my life, just a stranger, you know. And it's just like, just let it be what it is. Just let it be and just embrace it and love every moment of that, and know that that was all it was. And if it's more, it will be. It will be more. Because we can bond so deeply. We are bonded deeply. But in a situation like that, where you're really recognizing that that bond is on that higher level, it's so beautiful. And of course, you want more. That's perfectly nothing. It's perfect. And so, but it's good to be able to just embrace it for what it is as well, and let it be at that. And I've had to do that myself a lot because of that attachment I form really quickly, because I just love every being so much that I don't want them to ever be away from me. It's like that love is so deep and so strong, but I know that ultimately I have to just focus on my ascension, and that's helping them with their ascension, and just let them go and have that journey. And that's been really great for my ascension. And so it's really great for us to be able to do that too, but not to become aloof or cold, to stay in that love. And they'll come back into your life if that's the plan. But yeah, so special, Sean. You are looking really amazing, by the way, Sean. I have to comment on how fantastically great you are looking. You've really, you can really see your ascension effect. How much it is. Can you guys see what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, sure can. You look
Yeah.
great, Sean. Yeah.
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 Thanks, Jody. That's you. It's all you. It really is. It's everything that I'm experiencing in my life is because of what you give. It really, no question of a doubt. It is 100% you.
Oh, thank
Everything.
you. That's beautiful. I love that you are feeling that and recognizing that, because I know the only thing I'm giving you is love. And if you're recognizing that and you're feeling that, then it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
You're perfect. You're so beautiful. Thank you so much. And oh, I love you all so much. And I mean, thank you, Sean. Oh, wow. Isn't it beautiful to watch someone transform like this? But look at you all. I had a look at some of the earlier sessions, and even me, I could see so clearly how much we've evolved since then. Like, we're going to keep doing that. Oh, I just feel like I just want to just cry and cry and cry with depth of love that I feel. It's just so beautiful. And I am, in a way, doing that. But it's just, I just want to embrace that feeling of love. And that's the real love. That's the real love. And I know how much we want to be with our twin flames, and how just keep being that love yourself. Just keep being that. Keep being that, because that's, as I shared in that twin flame session, that's what you want. You want that. You want that real deep love of yourself. And yes, we've all had our romantic illusions, haven't we? That's been fun too, hasn't it? And all our adventures of people fitting exactly the right concept, and it wasn't that empty. Oh my God, that was the most empty for me. Why are you feeling Sean?
I can totally relate. Yeah, totally relate.
And isn't that great that we can, and like, we've done those things, and it isn't about the concept, of course, it's about love, and that's what we want. So in that void is only love. So whenever you feel that, just remember that, because sometimes that feeling can feel a lost and empty feeling. Have you all felt that kind of feeling in the void as well?
Yes.
Yes, I have.
Yes. It's just because it's unknown, and it's what we're used to, as I've said today. It's what we're used to, is those programs are the only thing that are supposed to be fulfilling. But that's why you got to the void, because you knew it isn't. You know it isn't fulfilling. You know those aspects are not fulfilling, and you're undoing all of that. What's been done can be undone at any time. And so that's the beauty of our ascension, is knowing that nothing about our fall is fixed your fallen perception will try and say it is, you're doomed forever, right? But it's not true. Not true. We're home. We're home now. We're home in our ascension. And thank you so much for being here today. I'm so deeply touched. I'm profoundly touched. I don't know if it's showing, but
It is.
you know what I mean?
Yes, it is. Yeah, we can see it.
It is.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You know how I feel. It's just so deeply beautiful. And let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. And in our unity of love, no matter where we are, we have that soul connection. So let's keep feeding that together. And then that goes out to all the one soul. So we are in doing that, we are feeding all the one soul as well. It's just beautiful. It's not about individuality, it's about oneness. We love the individuality, but it's about oneness. So thank you so much for today. I want to take a photo just quickly. I love these photos so much. Are you okay with that, everyone? Gorgeous love.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. I love you. I take a few because someone blinks. Someone always blinks, and it's beautiful. Oh, yes, that's perfection. That is perfection. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. That's gorgeous. I'm sharing that. It's amazing if you want to share your photos, how much love I feel people feel from looking at them. I have had private comments about that. Yeah, I think they're still a bit shy about sharing it, but I have had private comments about how light you all look, how beautiful you are. Yeah, because you are. And I love you.
I love you too. Love all of you.
Love you.
Yeah, I love all of you also.
Oh,
Love you all.
Thank you. Anyone want to say anything just briefly, quickly before we go? Anyone?
Yes.
Go for it, Clary.
I just love you so much, and I love us all so much, and just really recognizing the choices that we've all deeply made to be here. And I didn't get to share with Sean, but I wanted to say, like, that feeling of recognizing, that there isn't anything wrong with you. I just really related to that so much when you shared that, Sean, and I just think, just love the courage that you had in that moment so much to turn and recognize the truth. So I just, and then I was thinking,
in relation to the experience with the lawyers.
yeah, and feeling like didn't want to go down that pathway.
Yeah.
But and I was thinking how we've all made those choices. We've all had that decision to like not believe all of that worldly stuff, and we have all decided to have that courage to really be brave and really trust that deep soulful feeling that we didn't even know what it was at the time. But that's because of you, Joe. That's because of you, and it's because of what you give us all. And just real quick, because I know others probably want to talk, but I just want to say,
though. I just really want to say, I love that. I love it. We've got so much to say. But I do want to thank you guys for saying that about me, because I know that's true, but I know it's true in the most pure way. And I love that you're allowing yourself to know that, to be able to give me the gratitude for this guidance. Like, to me, that's real ascension and real humility of love. And that says to me that's what I am guiding you with, because you're not resisting that love. You are feeling that gratitude. So I just really wanted to say that as well. But thank you so much for saying that, all of you, because I know you've always said that. I know you've always said that. And so what do you want to finish saying? You said you really want to say. What did you really want to say?
So the one soul is connecting with parts of what you've said over all of these years. And there's like doctors and scientists and people who are getting connecting with like the truth of infinite consciousness, and they're trying to piece it together.
Clary, just hang a sec. Margie, can you mute for a second?
Oh, I thought I was. Sorry.
All right, that's okay. Don't worry. That's better because it keeps going over to Margie. Love you, Margie. You're perfect. Keep going, Clary.
And I listen to it and I go, oh, this is really interesting. Like we're getting there, and the one soul we're really, but it's just so clear to me that they are not you. Listening to you tonight, it's like just this fluency of super incredible intelligence, just fluently for hours upon hours. And I know you could do more if you wanted to. I know the sessions could be a lot longer if you wanted to.
I always try to bring it into that boundary too, because I know that's good for us as well. But yeah.
Because the infinite amount of comprehension, intelligence, and love that you are and know and give, it's beyond. It's just absolutely beyond. And yet they're out there with their books that they've published and the podcasts that they have, and I love that. I love that they're doing that. But the being here, I'm so grateful to be here with you. I'm so grateful to be able to hear your voice and your words, and with these amazingly beautiful souls that are here. Yes. Just the preciousness of this experience is just so profound. But Jode, I just love you.
I love you too, gorgeous. Thank you.
I just love you so much. I see you.
I love you.
I honor you. I just love you.
Thank you. Cry about that as much as you want, because that's just loving the real you anyway.
Yeah, and I just think of like the void, how much I've gone through, how much I've undone with your beautiful love in my life the whole time. And just thank you, because I feel so much more aligned with who I am, like the love that I am. And it's because of you and your guidance. But I know everyone else wants to share, but I just wanted to say that. I don't want to.
I love that. I know how you feel. You can just go on and on and on with that love, and tell me to my soul, because I'm listening. But saying it here today is still very, very precious. Of course, it's equally as precious. I love you too, Clary.
One other thing, just one thing.
Yeah, one.
My mother passed away a year ago today, and reflecting on that today has been like so deeply profound.
I've seen that
because I feel like the 7 years before she died were like a very big void space for me, because I made a decision at that point. And then now it's like you've given me through that whole time. And, when she passed, and the high consciousness love that you gave me to understand the truth. I can sit here a year later and I'm not in pain, I just feel the love for her just so much, and so proud of her, and so proud of her journey. And I just thank you, because it's life-changing what you give. It's absolutely life-changing in the most beautiful, profound, deeply nurturing way that is barely able to be put into words. But I feel it so deeply, just the gratitude for you. And I was just thinking, God, if I was someone else in this position right now and it was a year later, like how fortunate I am to understand and have been able to embrace that whole experience the way that I have, because of your love and your guidance.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank
you. Completely hear every word and feel every word that you're saying. I completely know. And thank you so much. And I feel really honored that you did share it with me too. And I especially feel, I especially, as much as especially yours, feel so honored that your mum connected with me after her passing.
Yeah.
Those messages
so grateful for that.
Really profound.
Yeah.
We want to do more sessions on understanding light interim, because it's so precious and connected to us. And we'll get there. possibly next one. It'll be in there anyway, somewhere. So thank you, Clary. I love you so much. Yeah, I get it. Anyone else?
I just want to say thank you, like everyone else.
Yeah.
Well, love you so much, so much. Um, I can see every day that I keep choosing my ascension and awakening more. I can see more the love that you give and the love that I feel for you. And I can feel more humble and more grateful every day. And
Wow. That's beautiful.
yeah, that just feels so beautiful because it feels like, yeah, it's like I'm finally in this, like we could say I'm finally in this void where I just want to feel the love.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. That's profound. That's ascension.
Yes. And
That's ascension. Thank you for sharing that.
yeah, I don't know how to, it's a little bit difficult to put it into words, but
I get it.
it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to say now.
I feel it. I feel it anyway, and I understand. This is what I often say. Well, I want a new vocabulary, but I feel like what we need to do is just keep allowing that soul talking anyway, but still share in the words that we have.
Yeah.
And what you said is just so, so beautiful. Thank you so much, Stella. I love you so much.
I love you so much.
Love you.
I wanted to say
Yeah.
I am connecting more with this stillness in myself, which is so good. It's
The stillness. Did you say stillness?
yeah, stillness.
Stillness. Yeah.
I'm letting go of those fears and connecting more with the trust in love. And
Brilliant.
yeah,
Yes.
I can see that shift and
Yeah.
like connecting with the stillness. And it's so yummy.
It's a good word for it. Yeah.
And it's all because of your guidance. And I cannot thank you enough for this and for everything. And like Sean said, like we all look so beautiful because of you. I can see this like since you started these group sessions, I have changed physically. I can
Yes.
see in the photos of me before and after.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Incredible.
The beauty is coming out. You know what it is? Our real self.
Yeah.
We're remembering our real self, and we will get more and more beautiful because of that. Thank you so much, Stella.
You're so beautiful and gorgeous too.
Oh, look who's talking. I love the beauty we see in each other. It's really precious. And I've always seen this actually when people have come for my guidance. And I remember when you first came, Sean, when I was doing the guidance back then, and people would come and they'd say, everyone's so beautiful here. Do you remember that, Sean? Everyone
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
you remember how everyone's so beautiful? And I'm like, yeah, they have evolved more and more into that beauty. And it's just so precious to hear that, for people to recognize that real beauty. So thank you so much, Stella. Love that. Love you.
Love you.
Anyone else?
I
Yeah,
wanted to.
cool.
You go, Amy.
There. Who's going first?
Yeah, I just wanted to share that I can relate to everything everyone is saying because today I also had a moment where I felt I'm so grateful for you because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And also lately I've been struggling with trusting the void. And today I felt this shift like, yes, I can trust it. I can fully trust it. And it's such an amazing feeling.
You look so beautiful. So, so gorgeous. You all do. But yeah, I can see that shift in you. What a
I
gorgeous
love you so much.
You're just gorgeous. You're all so gorgeous. And that's what I've always seen in everyone. And that is it's a real foundation of my guidance because I can see the beautiful being and I know how to bring that for you to be able to see it. And it's just so simple, really. My guidance is simple, profound, and detailed, but simple. That's what's so good about it. So thank you so much, Amy. Anything else?
No.
Oh, that's funny. I love that. Thank you, gorgeous. Thank you. Who's left to share?
Me.
Go, Nish.
I just really wanted to thank you. You have shared that story with us quite a few times, that there was this stage where you were like, no, I'm going to choose my ascension around 28. And that today you shared that was your download. So thank you.
Yes, I did. I did. You know, as I said, more and more knowledge is coming through all the time, and we're going to see that about it. Ascension is, there's so much to it. There's so much to it. Who we are is so much more profound than what we know. But that's what I'm starting to remember and share. But it's just still very simple. It's still very simple. But thank you so much, Nisha. I love you so
Thank
much,
you.
gorgeous.
I love you too. And thank you for being that proof of love for us. We have seen so much proof of ego, so much proof of fallen ways of being. You are that being that shows us proof of real love, the strength of love, the courage of love, the discipline of love, the freedom of love, the gorgeousness of love. So thank you. Thank you. And I love how each one of us is connecting with that. Each one of us is awakening that love in ourselves. That is the greatest gift we can give to ourselves, to anyone, to allow ourselves to love you. Thank you so much for letting us love you.
Oh, thank you so much. Beautiful. And you know what I love? All this love coming at me could be seen as worship, right? But I know it's not. There's a big, I know the difference. And all it is love. And that's what's so beautiful. I know what worship looks like, and it doesn't look this beautiful, right?
Yeah.
And this is beautiful.
Exactly. And I wanted to say this because being the way I was brought up and the beautiful culture I have
Yes.
seen worship very closely.
You would, being from India.
Yeah. And worship, this is something that I saw in everyone. People would get darker.
Yes.
And that is not just about the skin color, it is their consciousness. And they would start really nice and radiant. And I saw that over and over, and they would stop and they would start becoming darker, darker, darker. And so many gurus, and like they have biographies, they've written so many books.
Yeah.
So many of them, have physical conditions, which I now understand are suppression. And I used to question that. And there is this very fallen, but very, how we were saying that in our ego, we say this fallen things. And it is like, God gives trouble and pain to the chosen one. You are lucky to. And I'm like, I just never agreed to that. Exactly. And I'm like, why would you go to any higher being or anyone because of fear and because of pain? Why wouldn't you go to them with love? And I did not get it. But
well, what do you understand now, Nish, that why they would say that? How would you interpret that now with what you understand?
quite a few things.
Yeah.
Because there's so many layers. But one thing is,
of course,
one thing is, but the reality of pain of ego. When we start feeling the pain of ego, we do want to change. And that's when we find you and we want to wake up. So that in the fallen way, it can be interpreted as, a pain is a virtue. Pain is something good, which is so stupid.
I agree. I mean, I agree that I've said that when you've had enough pain, you want to ascend. But that's not, that's nothing to do with,
exactly.
You're special because of that. That's just to do with you've been living in that fallen consciousness, and that's a beautiful thing too. But it's not the truth of of the wholeness
It's
of us. The truth is the love, and that's what's beautiful, and that you are understanding that. And this is not about judging those people. I love those people. There's nothing but love to love, you know. But it's just beautiful from your perspective how much you've seen that,
yeah.
how much you know, how much you've participated, and the wisdom that you've gained from all of that. And then comparing you to this you to the you that I met, it's pretty obvious the change.
Exactly. And that is what I wanted to share. Like
Yeah.
worship has given, I have felt this in my life,
Yeah.
that worship has been so painful, because
Mm.
worship is always of something or someone outside of you and trying to get that. So it's like there is this, it feeds that longing, that loneliness, and that dissatisfaction. And it is so painful.
And you know what it's like? I just thought of something, just to interrupt you.
Yeah,
They want you to be in love with them. It's like a
exactly.
love thing. And that's why it can never be fulfilling. And like, I know the love that you're feeling for me is not that.
Exactly. And that's what I was coming to, because
Wow. Interesting.
I
Yeah.
I had this is something that happened with me recently. I was in a lot of pain, and I was disappointed with myself that I was feeling that pain. And I knew, because I have
Why were you
had
feeling pain? Why were you feeling pain, do you think?
I was going through periods, and that, like, at that physical level, that's the pain that I was feeling. But because I have your guidance, I knew pain is resistance to love, because you have shared that. And you know,
Yes.
I the first thing that came to me was I was suppressing love. And that is because you have said this to us so many times.
Yeah.
But you know, I was like, nah, no, I'm not. It has to be. I was trying to find something so fallen and so wrong in me, that is what I was suppressing. That is what I was hiding. I was not. My ego was not ready to accept that I was just suppressing love. So I ignored it.
Yeah.
But that pain completely 100% shifted when I started expressing my love for you.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And that is the difference between worship and loving you. Because I allowed love in that moment. I stopped resisting love in that moment. My pain went and it never came back.
That's so awesome. And you know, isn't that amazing? Like, just loving. Like, that's just so beautiful. And like, I welcome your love, all of your love, everyone's love. I welcome that. It wouldn't be real or true if I didn't. And I've seen that in myself, that, you know, there's a thing in me that does never wants to be worshipped or be a guru. It's very strong in me because I know it's not real. But I know the difference, and I know the love, and I welcome that love, and I say to you often, thank you for letting me love you, and thank you for loving me, because that's everything. And if loving me is just beautiful to you, and you're feeling yourself ascend from that, then that's perfection to me. And I know, Nisha, you often say to me, thank you for letting me love you. That's just like, I'm honored. I'm just honored. But I do understand that feeling of resistance to love. Yeah, we've all got that. We've all got that. And something I've been saying to myself a lot lately is to let that go more and more and more. And it's usually about loving myself, and just really there's so many layers we're still yet to see, and that can be another session, I think. But just keep choosing that love. Just keep choosing it. Anything else, Niche?
I just wanted to add to that, that this, like, in normal world, in ego world, you know, it is females going through periods pain is quite common, and it is not a big thing. But I have had, like, I have created times when I was hospitalized because of that. And, you know, it was like, I have had a very hard time with that. It started shifting. As soon as I met you, it started shifting. And it has shifted over all these years. And now, having understood this, what I understood recently, that it is all about suppressing love. I can see all those times when I was hospitalized or when I was in so much pain, it was always suppressing love.
Yeah, I totally understand. And of course, we've only really perceived love in our full as from an ego's perspective, and so love has equaled pain.
Yes.
So that's why we wanted to shut down loving, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about you are love, and you are experiencing the love that you are. That's what, when you say you love me, and it's because of me, because I know that's why, because you're experiencing the love that you are. And I feel exactly the same about you, everyone. But thank you so much, Nisha, for sharing that. Look at you. Oh, how beautiful. I love you so much.
Love you too. Thank you.
Would anyone else like to share? Maggie, did you share?
No, I didn't, but I just want to say thank you for everything you give to me. It's so easy to love you, Jode. And I've been thinking I wouldn't even be this person I am today if it wasn't for you. No, not at all.
Never.
No, when I first met you, and you've spoken today about the void and the biological family and the soul family and stuff, and I've been thinking about I went through a really big void at one point, even for years, with biological family and understanding that. And you were there for me and gave me so much love, and you always have. But and also,
I always love them too.
Oh yes,
It's
yes,
about
yes.
rejecting them. It's all about loving and understanding them.
Yeah. But tonight, when you said about looking at biological family and going deeper and deeper and deeper, and it takes us back to the beginning, it's like I know that those words are there, but I had that deep recognition tonight of that.
Perfect.
Looking through it,
you
know.
Yes,
but and I really want to understand more about that. I feel like I know where I am now, and I have a feeling of the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's that whole journey in between. I want to remember. Yeah, of all of us and all the biological families and all the
What a great part for understanding, though, that about that, the recognition of that we really are all the same anyway.
But I've loved this tonight, and thank you. And you're always there every time I do go through some void, and your love, I just feel your love so much. You're so beautiful. Absolutely.
Connect with my soul. Just connect with my soul always.
And tonight I feel like I realized that you were there with me right through my childhood and everything. You know, when I was told to just get up and get on with it, I was obedient. I didn't say anything back about that, but I always felt like I went to you in that time through my childhood. I had that feeling tonight.
I'm glad on me right now. I'm really glad on me right now. The fact that I can give this to you, that's what I'm glad about. I'm really, really happy about me. And that's a beautiful feeling for me as well. Like, to really know that's my joy and my happiness is to have your love, and you have my love. That's what it is for all of us. So let's keep
thank you.
Let's keep loving everyone's beautiful soul. Anything else, Mike? Is that it?
Just love you so much. Thank you.
You too.
It was my plan probably, of course, to meet you and to have you assist me, but I'm just so grateful to you. So grateful.
Gratitude is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I just want to say same.
Yeah.
Beautiful soul. Thank you so much today. Thank you so much. This has been so special. And I can feel the evolution in all of us. Oh, I love you so much. Look at those beautiful things. Say something, and then you can come in the picture with your hands like this.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you all so much. Love you so much.
All so beautiful.
Thank you for sharing all your love.
Oh,
love you so much. Love you.
I love you too. Thank you so much. All right, well, We're not
Love
finished.
you.
Not finished ever. I remind myself that we're always connected. We're always one. But just please know how grateful I am for you, beautiful beings. I love you so much, and we're always one. Thank you for today. Oh my God, I love you so much, and it's great. All right, darlings, love you. Always.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you. Love you.
Love you
Love
so
you.
much.
Oh, all right, here I go. Thank you. Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
I love you.
Love you.